So hey everyone, when you talk about Texas rigging in the fall, I mean, in my opinion, the opportunities become a little bit slimmer in the fall to really utilize a Texas rig. Still a great way to catch fish, but there's a lot of other different things that are working as well. But when it does come fall time, and we're talking Texas rigging, one of the first things that comes to mind is the fish are going to start transitioning. The bait fish, the shad, start generally migrating to the backs of creeks, up into the rivers, and the fish really try to follow that shad migration. So one thing that I really, again, focus on, and this is just almost a year-round staple for me, is a Tour Series swim worm. I mean, this is a bait that I feel like you can throw just about 12 months of the year if you have the right conditions and situation. The Tour Series swim worm, in my opinion, works in a number of different situations. Number one, if you're fishing lakes with vegetation, you can't go wrong with the Tour Series swim worm. But if you're fishing lakes that have a lot of boat docks, a lot of laydowns, rock, riprap, things of that nature, you can go to shad colored, swim worms, something that resembles a shad or a bait fish more so than it does anything else, and you've increased your opportunities, in my opinion, in the fall anytime you start fishing more shad pattern baits. So you would just simply want to change your color to more of a shad color. I mean, again, on the weight, I'm going to start somewhere with a 1/4, 3/16, maybe up to a 3/8 ounce weight. I'm going to be focusing on those transition areas, creek channels, drains that go up into the back of creeks and pockets. Any place that there's a migration route for those fish to follow is where I'm going to be throwing a bait like a Texas Rig Tour Series swim worm. The other thing that really stands out in my mind in the fall, especially when those fish really start chasing bait, is a jerk bait. I mean, a big bite, 5.5, 6-inch soft jerk bait, worked around those shad, Texas rigged, generally in a weightless manner, is going to be a great way to catch fish. And this is more of a situational bait. It's a bait that when you see fish visibly chasing shad on the surface, or when you're watching fish on live scope chase bait, that's when you want to implement a bait like the big bite soft jerk bait. Again, when it comes to the line, my setups aren't going to vary a lot when it comes to the line and the rods that I use. I mean, generally it's going to be a 5 to 6 power rod on the Tour Series swim worm. I'm generally always going to be throwing a sniper or shooter in the warmer months of the year. So I'm definitely going to be throwing sniper or shooter, anywhere from 14 to 18 pound test on my jerk baits, on my swim worms. Those are going to be the keys. High speed reels in the fall. Generally, fish are really aggressive that time of the year. They're really chasing. So I want a 7-to-1, 8-to-1 gear ratio, Johnny Morris Signature Series reel, and a Falcon rod is going to be my go-tos. There are some occasions in the fall where you might run into a flipping, pitch and bite if you've got the right vegetation that's still green, still plush. There are those situations where you can get into flipping a bait in the fall. And again, I kind of pattern my baits more towards shad. I'll go to baits that mimic a shad more so than they mimic a crawfish or something of that nature. One other thing that you really want to keep in mind when you're fishing in the fall is you can't ever rule out the drop shot. And I mean, just like I said, when you're fishing brush piles, when you're fishing vegetation, a Texas rig drop shot is definitely the way to get it done.